Hello! Today I'll be showing you how to create a disposition schedule using the Alfresco Records Management module. Once on the Records Management site, navigate to the file plan where all the records are kept. Here's where the records are stored, managed, retained, and disposed of. The idea is to map every record in the system to its rightful place to the file plan so the system can apply retention and disposition policies to it. In this module, there are two kinds of folders: a category folder and a regular record folder. Retention and disposition are embedded within the metadata of the category folder, and the regular records folders are created inside a category to hold the actual record and to help further organize them. So I'm going to click on New Category to create one and fill out the details. I'll give it a name and a title and a description if I want to. As you can see, it will be given this unique identifier. I can also mark it as a vital record if I choose and give it a review period if policies on this category require that. And now I'm going to save it, and you can see it here. Now, to embed disposition and retention into this category, all I have to do is view the details and add it in. This view shows the actions and details about a category folder. From here, I can select Create Disposition Schedule. And there are two main areas that I need to fill out. One is going to be the general disposition information, and the other is going to be the actions that the system will follow to complete the life cycle for all the records contained in this category. These are the steps that tell the system exactly how to dispose, retain, transfer, or destroy these records. So let's create our schedule. I'll add a Disposition Authority, and this can be a citation, a CFR, the data owner, or it can be a reference to a code in the retention schedule. The purpose of this is to have the metadata-based reference for this category that links it back to its source of authority. For me, I'd like to use this as the data owner so that when it's time for destruction, this field will let me know who will be signing off on the certificate of destruction for these records. Then I add the information about this category, the detailed disposition instructions, caveats, or anything else that I feel needs to be made known about this specific category. Sometimes this is just a cut and paste straight from your retention schedule right over into the system. Then I choose whether I would like it to be applied to a folder or a document. So it's applied at the folder level or the document level. And since I would like to manage this category with whole folders, we're going to go ahead and choose folder level. Now it's time for disposition steps. There are several steps available for this side of the life cycle for this category. I can specify these steps in whatever order fits this category. I'm going to keep this category fairly simple and choose cutoff. I have the options of stating the time frame that I need for this folder in regards to cutting it off. I can choose months, years, days, weeks, quarterly, or end of the month, end of the fiscal year, etc. For this category, let's say we want it to be cut off by the end of each fiscal year. Cutoff means that this folder will no longer take incoming records. So at the end of the fiscal year, this folder will automatically close itself off. Then you can choose what the trigger is for the cutoff, creation date or disposition action. Or I can choose an event-based trigger. Let's say this category has something to do with an employee, and the trigger is when the employee parts ways with the company. At this point, I can choose the event employee separation. I can also choose more than one event, in the case that there are several events that affect this particular step of this category. And I can specify if all events need to be met or whichever event is met first. Then you add your basic description for this step and save it. Now I have more options to create more steps that this category might need to go through: retain, destroy, transfer, ascension, etc. For this category, I'm going to destroy it 3 years from the cutoff date, so I'll select Destroy. A similar window pops up and I can define the timeline and/or events that trigger the destruction action step. I can also check this box to require the system to keep a stump of the document that contains metadata about the document, but not the document itself after it has been destroyed. I'll add in my description, and now I'm done. Now we can add files and records to this category. Well, that was how to create a disposition schedule using the Alfresco Records Management module. Thanks for watching.